Okay, Elijah, it's been like 4 weeks. It's a long journey, and you had a very interesting story. I remember when we just talked with you the first time, I thought the first time, so it's not what it seems. It's not like autoimmune disease. I don't think it's psoriasis. Can you tell us a little bit your story, your experience, what happened, and how you were treated here, and did it work or not? Or
Yeah. So I was diagnosed at the age of 14, and I automatically, the doctor started telling me, hey, you're going to have this for the rest of your life. There isn't much solutions out there. You are an extreme case at a young age, and you just have to settle with the fact that you'll have to live with this for the rest of your life, that there isn't much solutions for you. And off the bat, my thought process was, hey, no, I'm gonna find a solution. I'm gonna figure things out. And sometimes things don't always work out as we want it to. And I don't know why, but it took me a long journey. 6 years later, I ended up in the emergency room. They weren't able to help me. It was a lot of pain and suffering I had to go through. Eventually started getting onto medication called Humira. We talked about it over the phone before I came here, and I would take shots every 2 weeks. I did that for a period of 5 years, and so that's from 14 to 20. Then the shots were from 20 to 25, and then the shots wore off, and I discovered hell on earth. Pretty much laid in bed last year for a lot of that year. Energy levels falling, and then at that point, a lot of people around me, I mean, no one's gonna visit you daily, you know, and so you just learn to fight this journey by yourself and go through it. And then this year also was very, very difficult, and so my solution was just to take this one step at a time. Whenever I hear anybody, because it's diagnosed as psoriatic arthritis, and it's an autoimmune condition. And I was okay, if I ever hear anyone who found a solution for their autoimmune condition, I'll give it a try. So I did one thing and then some other things. And so, and I was always trying to go the natural route because I was scared to hurt my organs. I always thought like eventually I wasn't born with this. This wasn't something that came into this world with. Something happened, so it has to reverse. There has to be a way to do this. And I've been to Israel, I've been to Ukraine, I've been to places around America, and just you become frustrated that everyone gives you the same answer. And 13 years later, which is today, and I found Santa Maria. My aunt told me that she knew 3 people that went through it, one of which had an autoimmune condition. And I mean, at first I'm talking to Yuri over the phone, and he's like just calmly explaining to me, he's like, I'm 90% sure that it's Lyme's. And so I start quickly looking up, researching Lyme's, and there was a glimmer of hope because the things that would help me also help patients with Lyme's disease. So I was like, okay, there might be, but I was so skeptical. Like I came with the approach of like, I got to be ready to find the next thing, because the most likely I won't find the solution here. And so I came, I think it was for 3 weeks originally.
Yeah. You didn't know 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So depends how it goes.
Yeah. So 3 weeks originally, and now I'm doing better. And there are other patients that like when they find Lyme's, they're like discouraged. They're like, oh my goodness, they found Lyme's in me. Elijah, how did you take it? For me, when Yuri just like calmly tells me, yeah, you have Lyme's, I'm like, I have Lyme's? Yes, I'm happy I have Lyme's, because I've been looking for a solution all these years, and Lyme's is a trigger for autoimmune conditions, and now there's a direction to take, something I could do that would help my inner organs to recover and everything inside to get better.
In the clinic, you had a lot of treatments. It's like 7 or 8 treatments a day for like 4 complete weeks. So what do you think worked, and what you liked the best, and how did you know that things started to work?
Well, for me, I kind of was came with the approach of, hey, I'm gonna listen to the doctors here. I'm gonna be like what they say I'll do. I'm not gonna try to put my 2 cents into it, because with autoimmune conditions, it's like completely, you don't know what's gonna help. And so I'd say what I think really helped was the lasers. They have these lasers they put into your veins, and they start to clean through your blood, and the IV lasers, and then the ozone that you guys had, vitamin C. Then there was the MOPA. I think MOPA also. I remember a couple times I could just feel when I was under the MOPA that just falling asleep from it. Then I had the hyperbolic chamber.
Just one comment about the therapies and why we do like them en masse, and why so much oxygen, right? So first of all, we do different modalities at the same time. Like MOPA, it works on frequencies, right? So hyperbaric chamber just delivers a lot of oxygen to your body under pressure, and ozone therapy just delivers like free oxygen or minus, which is like very active oxidants. So it's important to attack like spirochetes, these bugs which cause Lyme, from different angles at the same time. It's just pretty much like with HIV. You cannot just rely on one drug, because the virus will evolve very quickly and overcome this. So 2 is not enough too. So you need to have at least 3 different ways at the same time. That's why we use all these modalities. And another thing is why so much oxygen, right? So we have vitamin C, that's oxidation. Then we use ozone, that's also oxidation, big time. Then we have hyperbaric chamber, that's also like delivering oxygen. That's because Borrelia, which causes Lyme disease, it's what's called anaerobe. So it's a bacteria which cannot stand the oxygen, it dies in oxygen. That's why we deliver it as much as we can, as fast as we can.
And I know you have Lyme disease yourself.
Yeah.
And so you guys are like specialists in this. And I got fortunate myself to wind up at a clinic that specializes and has all this knowledge. And so I want to say I got lucky, but I want to say that I got blessed, because someone's watching after me, and I winded up here.
Yeah. So what do you think, would you have like any advice for people who just been diagnosed with Lyme, or who still don't know what they have, and when they have this diagnosis, most people just like really get scared and get depressed?
Well, obviously, I mean, I'm still going through a mental shift in terms of dieting. I know some of the patients, we talk back and forth, and I have to really cut down on my diet, but a lot of it is to surround yourself by people that know what they're doing, so that you could yourself get on the right track, and you don't have to rewrite your course of action multiple times. Number one thing that I would recommend would be to come here, but first off and foremost, just staying positive, not being negative. Like, even if you feel negative, that doesn't mean that you are negative. Start to speak that you're speaking positivity and being happy, and if there's no reason to be happy, start being thankful overall, because what happens is I believe things of that nature also affect who you are inside. And so that's things of practically what I was doing before I discovered you guys' clinic. And it was literally by accident. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. I just heard about the clinic. I went in their website like for 10 seconds, and I'm like, Mom, let's just go, and cross it off the list and move on. And then here I am, got diagnosed, feeling better, not only with my joints and my rash, but I'm like mentally doing better. And so just grateful for that fact. So thank you, Yuri, for putting yourself out there to help others who like myself are looking for solutions.
Of course, yes, we understand. That's our journey too. We've been doing it for many years. So one final thing, we're in Mexico, we are not in States, and Mexico, well, has its reputation. So how dangerous was to get here?
Well, it was actually quite convenient, I guess. You guys have a really good system in place for patients to come. For myself, I had difficulty walking. So I made the risk at the flight from Portland to walk to the gate, and I barely made it to my gate 10 minutes before they were closing, the doors, and I was just barely walking. And so they ended up in San Diego, wheelchairing me around, and so I wasn't really mobile, and so I didn't even know how the border would be. I'm like, do I have to walk across the border and somebody else picks me up there? But it was simple. Sat into the car, they picked me up, and they went through the border themselves in the vehicle smoothly and brought me here. I mean, it was that simple, you know. And so just picked up from the airport and brought to the clinic. And once you come to the clinic, Yuri has a whole team that is hospitable, cooks for you here on campus. They have a cleaning crew that comes in. They provide what you need, and so you're just really taken care of here, and you come back feeling better than you came.
So how was about dangerous Mexico in general? I know that yesterday you actually had some let's say not on curriculum food, and you went to Rosarito in the dark time, no less,
yeah,
with like a car full of Mexicans. How was it?
Oh,
was
that
it
I
like
mean,
bad?
I mean, it wasn't even scary at all. I mean, I went with some of the locals. People are very welcoming here. They're I mean, happy people. They love to hear your story, and so yeah, I feel like home at this point, being here for 4 weeks.
Okay, you've been here for like very long time, and I can understand that like having all these procedures day after day after day, it's tiresome, especially for a young guy. So how did you survive? You know, did you have any fun here, except for like procedures and medical treatments?
Well,
and
I mean,
the place?
We're going through the procedures, but it's located on the ocean, which is quite awesome. You get to see all of the sea life out there, and so we're able to see the seals, the dolphins. There was actually one of the days for sunset, there was a dolphin actually jumping. So it's really, the whole atmosphere is relaxing, and you yourself, whether you want to or not, are forced to relax here, forced to kind of slow down your life, and you almost then become like, it helps you become more of a happier person with that. And so yeah, I really enjoy the scenery and where we're situated. Yeah, I'm definitely grateful for being here.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Alaya. Well, it's not like one day journey. There is no magic pill, especially in this case, you know, Lyme disease, but at least there is something that we can start with, and we know what to do next.